After the last trains run on the Underground, the engineers go to work. It's duty manager Andy Hogg's job to check the track. Andy knows it's not just London Underground staff that are active in the tunnels at night.
Graffiti is a major problem. Anyone that commutes on our trains quite regularly, I think everyone would have seen Tox 03. I think there's a few Tox 04s around, and obviously all the Tox 01s and 2s that we've cleaned off. This Tox character obviously has been causing us a lot of problems over the years. I don't know anywhere that I haven't seen a Tox tag, as they're called, on the walls, on the trains, in places that even I can't access. Even I don't know how to get into these places, and I've seen Tox written on them.
But the graffiti problem is more widespread than Tox alone. It costs tube companies £12 million each year to clean graffiti from their trains. At the Hammersmith depot, trains are prepared for the next day.
Have you found some graffiti yet?
Metronet's Pravin Pindoria oversees the cleaning operation.
I see quite a lot of graffiti, yes. I do understand the logic behind it. Whether I agree with it or not, it's another thing, but they put it at the places where it's hardest to get off and it's the most visual. It's about publicity for themselves, really.
Each night, over 100 specialist graffiti cleaners begin the difficult task of removing train vandals' handiwork.
When you go inside, you see a lot of gravity on the train. You feel so down at what's going on in this train. Everything is still messed up.
No, I don't think it's beautiful. They are messing up the trains.
Also call you.
It's very tough cleaning the graffiti. To make the life very hard for us.
Every tag is different, so the cleaners have to use a variety of chemicals and tools. A policy of zero tolerance means that trains that have been graffitied are not put into customer service.
Well, I think they should be prosecuted. Yeah. They should be arrested and sent to court and prosecuted.
Although the damage is obvious, it's very rare to catch the culprits in the act. They work under the cover of darkness and disguise their identities.
Working on this type of crime is a lot harder than I ever imagined. If you compare it to, say, a violent assault, with a violent assault you've got the victim, generally witnesses and CCTV, and it's often done in public view. With this type of crime, you have often none of that.
PC Tim Marry works for the British Transport Police's anti-graffiti squad. With up to 1,000 new tags appearing on the tube every day, he has his work cut out for him.
We're at Edgware Road now, on the Metropolitan Line station, and there's been a report of damage to the sidings, which is this area underneath this hoarding and the far wall where recent damage has taken place. So that's the damage. Taker, Diabolical, Dubstars, that's the variation of DDS. Oh look, a friend Tox 04, Fume, Prime, again Tox, Band, Is It and Tox generally go together. So we've probably got 4 or 5, but it's probably about 4 people here that actually did the damage.
Of all the graffiti vandals, Tox is the most prolific.
Tox, we associate with a particular offender, though it's never been proven at court. I've met this fellow on a number of occasions now, and I've seen him more times than I have members of my own family. On my desk here, starting from here and ending up there, that is all files relating to incidents where there's been damage, and Tox has been part of that damage. Tox is one of the most elusive of the graffiti artists. He is surveillance conscious. Where we've picked him up before, generally we don't pick him up doing the same mistake again. And it's a close-knit world with all the graffiti people. It does go around. 2 years ago, you might have been guaranteed to get a load of stuff when you turn them over at their house. Now, you're going to be lucky and you've got to look a lot harder. If he wasn't good at evading, then we'd have nicked him and put him away by now. But that's all to come.
At Stockwell Station, home of the anti-graffiti unit, PC Tim Marry has had a breakthrough. He's got new evidence which could confirm Tox's identity.
And he's coming up and he does a tag of myth Tox. He's wearing a face mask, but he's only covering his nose, mouth and chin. So I think we've got a good runner there.
The Tox suspect has been arrested and released on bail with conditions.
If we get a conviction at court on this job, then it dramatically increases the chances of us linking previous crimes to this offender.
Is this the end of the line for Tox? Metropolitan Line driver Keith Tibbles has worked on the tube for over 40 years and has had his fill of graffiti.
Well, this fella Tox, they've been trying for years to catch him. He causes thousands of pounds of blooming damage to LT, which you could use for other things. Okay, you put your name on something, but what does it achieve? It's just, you know, it's defacing things, isn't it? And it makes it look ugly. I mean, you got a lot on there, look, Tox 3. I mean, it just looks awful. Look, there it is there, look. It just makes the place look, ugh. And you get tourists over here, and what do they think? I'd like to meet him, I'll give him a kicking.
Even the train Keith is driving has a story to tell. It's early morning, and Tim Marry is on his way to rearrest the Tox suspect. He's broken his bail conditions.
One of the restrictions on him is he's got a curfew. Officers went round last week to check that he was in for his curfew. They were here for about half an hour, he wasn't in, so we were going to come round, arrest him for breach of his bail conditions, put him hopefully before the court this morning. Oh, it's the police, can you let us in please? 7 o'clock now, so he's outside his curfew time. He's got to produce himself at the front door. If he doesn't, he's liable to, well, he will go before the court, and he's liable to remain in prison until his court date in March.
Tim decides to stake out the property.
We're going to see if he will turn up in the next hour or so. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Just wait. That's what most of it's about. We're going to go up, have another bang on the door, see if he'll come out. Hello, police! Hello.
I'd like to see you, but,
Yeah? Yeah, we'll come in. While we're in here, do you mind if we have a look in his room just to check for our own peace of mind that he's not here? Make sure he contacts us, yeah? Sooner rather than later.
all right, I'll have to, yeah.
All right, thanks very much. Thanks. Bye-bye. Hopefully we'll get him to come to the police station when we can sort it out and put it before the court.
The Tox suspect has been arrested, and today he's due to appear at Horseferry Road Magistrates Court. Tim's CCTV evidence will be crucial in creating a link between the suspect and the tag of Tox.
Today, after 1 or 2 years, we finally pinned the job on him where we can link it conclusively to his tag. Well, he's coming in a prison van from Feltham, where he's been for the last 6 weeks. Hopefully, at the end of today's trial, we'll be able to say that he's been convicted of the tag of Tox, and I'll come out with a smile on my face.
At Horseferry Road, a verdict has been reached in the Tox case.
Well, it was an excellent result. He pleaded guilty to committing the damage. He got a £1,250 fine in total. He served 7 weeks almost in Feltham, Young Offenders Institute. That's of breaching his bail conditions. He may have learnt his lesson, but I'm not too optimistic anymore about these things.
The Tox tag has caused London Underground hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of damage. Now that a conviction has been made, is the fight against the Tox tag finally over? Or has he just moved on?